You know that feeling when you look around your house, look at your calendar, your life, and everything feels full, but somehow you still feel like something's missing? Maybe you've told yourself that I should be content. I don't need more. And maybe that's true, but maybe what you're craving isn't more stuff. Maybe it's more peace. Maybe time to think. More energy to feel good, more space to breathe. Maybe you want to laugh more often, have deeper conversations, walk slower, sleep better, feel like you again. And maybe that's not selfish. Maybe it's wise. Today we're talking about the non-money things you're allowed to want more of and how to actually create them in your life. Not with hustle, not with chasing more, but by choosing better. I'll share personal reflections, including a moment that really shifted how I define abundance. And I'll walk through realistic, specific ways to claim more energy, more peace, and more connection without guilt. Because it turns out wanting more doesn't make you ungrateful. It means you're ready to live with more intention. You're ready to stop settling for just getting through the day and start creating a life that actually feels like yours. Let's talk about that and what that really looks like and how to start. Welcome to And That's Okay, the podcast where we explore the ups and downs of life and remind ourselves that whatever we're feeling, it's for a reason and that's okay. I'm Lisa Renee Scott, your host, and a passionate believer that every feeling matters and every step forward counts. Each week, we'll dive into real-life challenges, share relatable experiences, and offer actionable steps to help you navigate through it all. Before we jump in, I want to remind you that I'm not a licensed doctor or a therapist. I'm here to share experiences and insights that have worked for me and others like me. Not too long ago, I attended a conference, and after a long day of inward looking and digging into the tough, maybe forgotten areas of life, we were given a board. On one side, we put our biggest fears. For me, it was not living my true purpose. And on the other side, we had to put what we had discovered to be the things we truly wanted in life. One of mine was wealth. This was a breakthrough conference. We had to break that board, and I did. And when I do speaking engagements, I make a reference to that board, and when people see the word wealth written in bold marker right on the board, it makes them feel a certain way. Just like it might be making you feel right now. But that word wealth, to me, has nothing to do with money, like most people think. We moved recently, and it was prime time to declutter in a big way. If it didn't serve a purpose or have a place in the new house, it either went to the dump or the donation center. But it's not just about getting rid of things, but intentionally asking myself, what actually adds value to my day? And in that process, I realized that I don't need more things. I need more value. I want more engaging conversations with the people that I love. More patience in my environment, especially in the moments that test me. More confidence in how I show up. More presence when I'm with people, not just near them, but with them. And maybe you do too. That surprising part is that as I cleared things out, I realized how abundantly wealthy I already was. Not just in material things. I have people who love me. I have conversations that matter. I have silence when I need it. And nature right outside my door. Those are riches that don't show up on a spreadsheet, but they count. Let me be really clear about something. When I say I want more, I'm not talking about more stuff. I don't want a bigger closet, more things on my shelf, or a schedule so packed that I can't breathe. In fact, I'm truly saying the opposite. What I want more of are the things that make me feel more alive. The kind of more you can't buy. You can't order it. It won't show up in 2 days from Amazon. They're the kind of more like energy. And I get that through better sleep, hydration, movement. Peace of mind by saying no, setting boundaries, and simplifying your schedule. Laughter by calling a friend, watching something silly, or letting go of being perfect. Moments of stillness, even just 5 minutes of quiet, can change the tone of your whole day. Connection. Look up from your phone and see the people around you. Confidence. Built by keeping one small promise to yourself each day. Time outside. Walk barefoot in the grass, watch the sunset, or sip coffee on the porch. Kindness. Both giving and receiving it. You never lose by being kind. More forgiveness, mostly to yourself. And then there's growth. Not pressure to be better, just the invitation to be more authentically you. This is the more we're talking about. And if you're anything like me, you may be realizing that you didn't need more things. You need more moments. You don't need more to manage. You need more that matters. You don't need more to carry. You need more to feel. And that's where real wealth lives. So let me ask you, what do you truly want more of right now? What part of life feels overstuffed but undernourished? Where are you chasing something external when what you may need is internal? I want you to pause for just a moment. Say it out loud if you want. Write it in a journal. Or just breathe into it and let your mind explore. The answers that you come up with matter because they point back to you. Here are some action steps I have. They're realistic ways to start getting more of what actually matters. There's 5. Number 1, schedule a 5-minute quiet moment today. No phone, no noise, just you. Because stillness isn't lazy, it's clarity. And that pause gives your nervous system space to reset, your thoughts room to settle, and your spirit a moment to speak. Even 5 minutes of intentional quiet can shift your entire day. Try it. Sit with your coffee, breathe deeply, and let the world wait. You are worth that pause. 2, reach out to someone that you love. A simple thinking of you text counts. Connection doesn't have to be grand to be meaningful. A short message can remind someone they're seen and remind you that you're not alone. Relationships thrive in the small moments. So don't underestimate the power of a few sincere words to lift someone else. And it'll lift you too. 3, pick one tiny promise to keep today. Like drink a glass of water or take a walk. Go to bed 10 minutes earlier. Confidence grows quietly, not from perfection, but from consistency. When you keep even one promise to yourself, you're proving that you matter. It's less about the task and more about the trust. So pick something doable and do it. Then say, "Look at me showing up for me." 4, do something playful. Watch a funny video, sing in the car, dance while making dinner. Play heels. It softens the hard edges and brings us back to who we were before life got heavy. You don't need a reason to laugh, only permission. So go ahead, be ridiculous. Joy doesn't need to be earned. And 5, take something off your to-do list that doesn't need to be there. Seriously, you are allowed to do this. Not everything that feels urgent is urgent. Some things aren't even important. Letting go of unnecessary tasks isn't quitting. It's choosing wisely. So today, cross off one thing you were only going to do out of guilt or habit. And protect your time like it matters, because it does. You're allowed to want more when it comes to peace, presence, energy, joy. You're not ungrateful. You're not high maintenance. You're not extra. Wanting more meaning in your life is a sign of growth, not greed. And as you give yourself permission to shift, simplify, and speak up for your needs, you'll find that the most beautiful more is already within reach. You just have to make space for it. Really quick, I want to recap those action steps. 1, 5 minutes of stillness. 2, a simple message to someone you love. 3, one small promise to yourself and keep it. 4, choose play. And 5, take one thing off your plate. Simple, doable, grounding, because that's where change starts. Not in chaos, but in clarity. So if you've been sitting in a tug of war between gratitude and desire, let me tell you, it's okay to be thankful for what you have and want more of what matters. It's okay to grow, to shift, to outgrow what once fit. And it's okay to say, "This isn't working for me anymore," and choose something differently. Wanting more doesn't mean something is wrong. It means you're listening to yourself again. And that's okay. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of And That's Okay. I hope you found our discussion insightful and that you're leaving with some practical steps to apply in your own life. Remember, no matter what you're feeling or going through, you have feelings, and that's okay. If you enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who might benefit from today's topic. Until next week, take care and keep moving forward, one feeling, one step at a time.